and it's actually really kind of hard. I would not rather insist you to go and go against me because I'm just warming up. So like the other way you can do that is add me at. I think I put in the bio at the bottom of the video, so go check that out if you want to. So when you see this map, try out for evade. Do that. I didn't do a hard basic one. Do an E for evade. I was planning to join the E, but I didn't.
That was it? Okay. Let's take the clothing. For sure.
First, I don't even need to do anything. Okay, that's just not allowed me, so.
You really get to do it? Grass knee thing. Come on, let me do it. Let's go. Tanner was the first ever person to do a stationary backflip from his knees, and he's going to do another one right now. Okay, from his knees. So let's go. Security's coming. Come on. I'm ready. Oh. Ooh. Wow. God, that was
So.
awesome. I didn't even know something like that was possible. So me and Andrew thought about this one together.
I always mess up on their dating. Don't make fun of me.
Wait, this is the dip for me? Yes, for you. That one's for you. I've got to lay down and
Crap, I'm so lucky I can't even build my 90s though. Back over there. Well, what? I logged.
Let's do it a shot. Next video, commit. Let's do this. Go. Right here, I'll hold it a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Get it over with. 3, 2, 1.
Dude, I always mess up. Why the heck do I mess up? What the hell?
Very short. Whatever, you guys always kiss in our videos. Come on. Let's go. So, Z, you think for a moving car?
I mean, depending on the car.
How about this car? Let's go. Wake up to go to sleep. Second you wake up to when you go to sleep, that's how long they do that. If you're not doing that, don't even try this. Even if you are, don't try this, everybody, okay? Have you guys ever done this before?
I'm so lagging.
You know ever done this before? Never. Okay, this is epic.
I need to go.
Okay, let's do it. I want to do a practice run where the car's not
Go
moving,
put this for tryouts and we edit this one.
Everybody give him some
This,
love. We're going to drive this thing now.
Right.
Okay? Nobody's ever done it. You got this? I'm ready. Okay, alright. Alright, let's see your speed.
I'm planning on writing the whole evade time, but I don't know how to do it, so. I don't know how to do it.
Are we good? Is this okay? We're good.
I'm like, for sure it's gonna take me all day. Then it's gonna be worth it after.
Here we go. Woo! I'm way back here so I don't get hit by the car. We're ready when you guys are.
Yo, he's about to send a flip over the car.
He's about to send it. Oh, God. Let's go. Come on, Z.
Apparently I heard that the V has to be taller than the E, so I decided to try to time it taller. It's supposed to be. Okay, so it's how much? 2, 3.
Are you ready to go back to school? No, dude, I hate school. Yeah, school's
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it sure is. Look at its little cat ears and its cat face, and it's all sparkly and it's bulletproof. Because, well, you know. Well, check out my backpack. It's awesome bulletproof and it's Pokemon edition. Whoa, dude, that is awesome. Yeah. Junior, did you just tape Poliwhirl over all the other Pokemon? No, it came like this. But Junior, I see Charmander's tail and Pikachu's ears. Don't you just see stuff? Yeah. Joseph, what's your backpack? Wait, we were supposed to have backpacks? Yeah. How you take your stuff to school? Oh yeah, I forgot I have a backpack. Let me go and get mine. Oh, yeah. Do you think I have a backpack? Voila! Look at my backpack, guys. Backpack? Yeah, it's very expensive, dude. Yeah, I mean, you spelled backpack wrong, but other than that, it's cool. Dude, I didn't spell it wrong. It was the designer. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's a really cool backpack. And guess what, dude? I can carry my lunch and my books in here. Whoa, that's awesome. I know. Wait, speaking of lunch, I think Chef Mimi's making me lunch for school today. So let me get that, and then we'll go ahead to school, okay? Okay, dude. Chef Mimi, are you done packing my lunch for school? Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
I packed it in this lunchbox that I made for you. You made this? Yes, I made this. Well, I have to picture your face on it. I know. When I see your face on my lunchbox, I'll think about you. You better. And it even has my famous catchphrase on it. Every day is Taco Tuesday. You say that all the time. I know, because every day is Taco Tuesday. Oh no, we ran.
You know what's supposed to be a speech?
Orange spiky fruit, you might not want to touch it. It's probably poisonous. And I got some mayo chunk and some cheese, garlic, and an egg. Oh, thanks for the lunch, Chef Phoebe. Oh, you're welcome. Now, take your stupid lunch and go to school, you little brat.
The speech we were supposed to write for social studies. That speech about us being the governor. No. Look at my thing. And and I put at the end because every day is Taco Tuesday.
Can I just try to do it for 90s?
No, I'm trying to do stuff. Are you trying to do like the evade logo? Trying to finish it.
Where's your phone then?
It's an E.
Because every day is Taco Tuesday. Stop saying it. Get out of here. No, I'm sorry. It says it all the time. Okay. Can we just go to school now? Yeah, don't go. Welcome back, class. I hope you all had a really great summer. But now
Look how much homework they have. What? 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 Okay, then I'm not gonna like it.
No, you already said what?
a bunch of homework. I didn't like it. But I like it. I like homework a lot. You actually like homework? Yeah, of course, Junior. Now I guess we have to get some paper out of our backpack. Yeah, let me get some paper out of my backpack. Wait, Jenny, you don't have a backpack? What's a backpack? It's a pack that goes on your back and you stick stuff in it. Oh. Well, I can stick stuff in that. I got a nose. I can stick stuff in that. I got a butt. Jenny, you have to have a backpack. I think. Yes, you did. Yeah. Dude, he's gonna get mad. Yeah. He's gonna get mad, Jenny. Okay, whatever. You shall get a backpack. All right, class. This is your homework for the first night. It's math test. No calculator. And I know if you do the calculator, I want you to post your work. So everyone, take your homework and put it in your backpack. Hey, Jenny, what do you know how to pack?
Every day is Taco Tuesday. Every day is Taco Tuesday.
At the age of 13 because my parents were abusive, and I didn't recognize it. You see, my parents were pretty weird. They would literally lock me up in our basement if I did something wrong. Basically, if I would break something or go to bed too late, or even talk too loudly. They could send me to the basement, never really explaining what I did wrong. I would sit there in the darkness. The only light coming out was from a small window that I couldn't reach. When I was 6 or 8, I didn't really understand what was happening. The only thing I had when I was down there was my imagination. I even had an imaginary friend. I used to talk with him, but then my parents said I couldn't do that either. Yeah. As I got older, like around 12, I wasn't sent to the basement as often when I was a kid. Instead, my parents created a strike system. If I did 3 wrong things, then I would be sent to the basement. It was only then that I started to really see how my parents were talking to each other. Or, more accurately, weren't talking to each other. They were just sitting silently, never saying a word to each other. Even if they did, it was my mom who was shouting, and Dad who was ignoring her. They became more strict, too. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere after school, and I wasn't allowed to talk to boys. I had to sit in my room after school and be extremely quiet. They didn't really care about my life. If I had adequate grades, it was enough for them. I saw how other teenagers were at school. They were all talking to each other and laughing. And I couldn't because I was afraid of my parents. They forbade me to tell anyone anything about our family, saying that family matters should stay in the family. The only person I talked with was a boy named James. I tried to avoid him because I wasn't allowed to talk with boys. But he was persistent. He also came from a bad family, so we had something to talk about. He would tell me how horrible his life at home was, and I started to understand that mine wasn't any better. What was so crazy was that I didn't even understand that it was bad. When I was 13, my parents locked me up again, and I realized that I was tall enough to open that window. Because of James, I wanted to change something, and this was my small chance to do it. I crawled out of the window and just walked around the block. I was so happy that I found a way to avoid sitting in the dark basement. It was the best moment of my life back then. I was back by the time my punishment was supposed to end, and nobody noticed anything. So I started doing it regularly. Sometimes James would come over and we would walk together for an hour. His parents didn't care where he was. This continued for a month, but then James disappeared. I guess his parents moved away and I couldn't reach out to him because I had restricted access to social media. I continued to do it alone. But one day, my parents caught me. I crawled back in and saw my father standing in the middle of the basement in the dark. I was so scared and I tried to say something, but nothing came out. He took me to my mother and they both told me to get out of their house. They said, if you want to live like a homeless person, go and be homeless. I begged them not to throw me out, but they didn't listen to a word I said. I was in tears, and this was rare because I didn't cry much. I was just too accustomed to my life being like this. What happened that day? It was a bit much, even for me. Now I realize that they just wanted to scare me and they were really throwing me out. But back then, it was scary, yeah. I didn't know where to go, so I went straight to school. It was the only other place I really knew, to be honest. It was nighttime, so I was trying to be as invisible as possible. School was closed at night, of course, so I had to wait the entire night there. I hid behind one bush and tried to sleep, but it didn't work. I was too worried and scared. I guess my parents didn't expect me to really go somewhere and not just wait for them to change their minds in the front yard. But I didn't have a phone, so they couldn't call. And they probably didn't even try. After a very long and cold night, our school security guard came to open the school. He noticed me lying in the bushes and walked over to me with a flashlight and asked angrily, "What are you doing here?" I said, I'm sorry, please. I don't have anywhere else to go. He immediately took me to his office, gave me tea and whatever food he could find. He watched me drink the tea and eat, and then asked what happened. I said I couldn't tell him, but he said I had to tell him. So I said that I had a fight with my parents and they made me leave home. He didn't know what to say, but continued to talk with me about different topics, like about school and my friends, just to calm me down. But it was clear by my answers that I wasn't all right. As soon as the principal arrived, the guard took me to him and he continued to ask me questions. As I found out later, my parents would act normal when they would come into my school. And basically, they said that I had a learning disability and that was the reason I was so quiet. He was shocked to hear the truth. Next, I was taken to our school counselor and I took the what seemed like hours. I was very hesitant to answer his questions at first, but I was slowly opening up and telling him my story bit by bit. He asked me to go home and act like everything was normal. I returned home and my parents acted like nothing happened. After a few days, people from child services came to my house and started their own investigation. My parents were mad. They were screaming and trying to intimidate the social workers. I had never seen so much anger from my parents. Usually it was just coldness. They ended up taking me away from my parents. And the same security guard that helped me took me to his house for a couple of days. He had a wife and 2 teenage boys that were older than me.
See you guys later.
But they were nice.
See?
I felt so uncomfortable
See
that
you
I was
on
allowed
my
to talk
stream,
and
Ma.
just be normal. I couldn't trust him back then because he didn't act like my parents.
No, go to the
His
principal.
wife and his sons were so good to me.
Go back.
My parents tried to come to school and take me